Scrappy family, Amanda here with my favorite scrapper, coming to you today with another layout share video. I recently came back from a 3-day retreat, and can you guys see this? I got 25 pages done. I am so proud of myself, so excited. My goal was 20. I wish I got to 30, but 25 is right in the middle, so I'm really, really proud of myself for that. I was able to utilize a lot of the things that I took with me on the trip, so I was glad that my packing was appropriate. If you've ever gone to a weekend crop, you know that you either bring everything you have or you miss something at home. So I was really proud of myself for packing appropriately and accordingly. Obviously, there were some things that I still had to ask the room for at certain points in time, but I was really grateful for that. I was able to scrapbook a whole cruise that my family and I took in July of 2024. And then, of course, you know, we have to throw in some Disney as well. With the amount of times we go to Disney and the amount of pictures I take, every crop I go to, probably from now into eternity, I will be scrapbooking some type of Disney photo. So I'm going to get right into this with you guys. Again, 25 pages, a mixture of single and double page layouts for you. So we're starting this off with this page of us on the cruise. We took a Margaritaville at sea, the Islander. It was like a month after their inaugural trip out of Tampa Bay. So it was really nice to be like one of the first few people who were on the ship as Margaritaville at sea. So this was our opening page. When I put these into an album, this will be page 1. These are just some pictures of my daughter and I walking around the ship before we went to the pool, and some of the really beautiful artwork that they had. And then this was us in the buffet, of course, once we boarded. So that's page 1. And then here is a double page layout. And this was of us as we boarded the ship. They took this really great family photo. This is one of their pictures, actually, that I purchased in 5x7, but I just put it right here on the layout because I'm not going to hang it up in the house. I know that I'm not the only one who buys all of these pictures from the cruise and then never really does anything with them at home. And so I utilized a photo play collection for most of these pages. Anchors Away was the collection from Photoplay that I used, and I absolutely loved the colors and the icons and all of it through there. So they had this and one of their cut aparts. It said Family Cruise All Aboard, and then Eat, Sleep, Cruise, Repeat, which is how I like to vacation. So that's this layout as well. So I really loved how that came out. Then one of the ports that we went to on the trip was to Cozumel, Mexico. So here are some photos of us in Mexico, of course, with the sign, the Cozumel sign. And then the water that we were swimming in was so cool because our ship was right behind us. So, you know, I have some pictures of my daughter and I in the water with the ship in the background. My husband and my son were on land eating or resting at the time. And then Hannah and I had on our matching bathing suits that day, which you guys know I love to match with my baby. And this actually was a kit from a Scrapbook Generation kit. It was a three layout kit, and they give you all the paper and a sketch and all of that. I didn't really go with their sketch, but I did utilize the papers and the stickers that were in there. And I do believe it was a photo play collection as well, but I thought these little bears were so cute. And yeah, and my girlfriend had sent me this die cut of the word Mexico that I had been saving for years. So I was finally able to utilize that as well. And then for my journaling, I used my close to my heart journaling strips that I'm hoarding, but still love to use. So that was a really fun layout to do. Then these layouts are in no particular order. Okay, and then here is another one. These are, again, just photos. It was a 4-day cruise, so we didn't really have a lot that we did. So it was a lot of pictures just exploring the ship and doing things around the ship. And one of the things is they have this really cute flip-flop when you enter that says Margaritaville at sea, the Islander. And so we took some pictures, and they have a mascot. So if you know anything about Margaritaville, it's a Jimmy Buffett type theme. And so they had the parrot there as his fans are called parrot heads. So I thought that was pretty cool. And again, this was utilizing that kit from Scrapbook Generation. And so then here's some pictures of my daughter at the pool and us. We walked around one night and she was on her iPad and I was reading a book, and we both had our little drinks with us and just taking in the scenery on the ship, which was fun. She made a little friend on the boat as well, so that was really cute. We did an arts and crafts day as well. Neither of them wanted to be in the kids club, but we met at the pool on day one, and then they were kind of inseparable throughout the trip, which was really, really nice for them to have that friendship. And then I cut these 2x2 photos out just of various things on the ship. That they did a really great job theming that ship. And then this was one of the stickers that I just put on foam tape as well. So here's another double page layout from the trip. Then we had our formal night, and we didn't dress alike, but we had the same theme of like blues, and it was really, really cute. So we took some family photos as well as individual photos of the kids. I did buy some of these, but they're in 8x10. So I also got the digital, and that's where I printed these from. So, and this again is going back to the Anchors Away collection. I really loved this, like sea and skyline, like ombre type pattern paper that was in the collection. And again, all of these stickers from the sticker sheet, which was really cute. And I really liked how this came out and how it just matched our outfits so well. So this was formal night on the cruise, and yeah. So we got a nice cute double page. Again, I did some faux stitching here on the layout with my white gel pen, just to add something to some of the mats that I used on some elements here. Now this page took me forever to do. I was looking at a layout and it had like lots of squares and things in the background, and I wanted to kind of mimic that a bit, but I didn't want to. So I had this pattern paper that was filled with hexagons, again from that Anchors Away collection. So I just fussy cut out the hexagons and kind of worked them around the layout. I am not a big fussy cutter. This took me a lot longer than anticipated, which is probably why I did not meet the 30 desired number, because this page literally took me like 2.5 hours to do. And it's really not even that difficult, but nonetheless. And then just once you cut them out, then it's like, where am I going to place them? How do I want them to look? All the things. But again, this was another 5x7 photo that I bought from the ship itself. This was us at dinner in their restaurant called Finn's. So this was just a cute little family photo. I wish we were kind of a little bit more coordinated color-wise, but it's fine. We're cute nonetheless. And then these, again, were some photos from around the ship. Day one, my husband and the baby taking a little nap. Hannah in the bunk bed, which she loved. And then us just walking around the ship. They had like a Cuban-themed area, and they had this little car that says Havana Daydreamin'. And that was really cute as well. That's this layout. And then I utilized these stickers. I don't know where I got them from, but they're like a clear gel type photo or type sticker. And they were just really good embellishments. I think I might have got it from the Trash to Treasure table, actually. And then this again was utilizing that collection from that Scrapbook Generation sketch pad that we had. But this was our last day on the ship. We were actually waiting for our ride to pick us up from the port, and just sad that our vacation was over, but just happy nonetheless that we had it. So I thought this was a really cute way to end this particular series of vacation photos. So this was really cute. Again, utilizing my close to my heart journaling strips here, and then just some photos and some stickers, and some of them I put on 3D foam tape. So there's that. So those were all the vacation photos that I scrapped during the trip. And now transitioning over, of course, to our next favorite subject aside from cruising, which is Disney. So last April, my cousin came down from New Jersey and we had a day at Disney together, which was really, really fun. He's a Star Wars fan, so we went to We went to Hollywood Studios and Typhoon Lagoon and Hollywood Studios that day. and we went into like the Star Wars land and took a bunch of pictures. So it was really fun. I love this with my daughter's like super serious face of I'm gonna kick your butt. All right, I think that's adorable. I really don't know a lot about the Star Wars franchise, so it was fun. It was fun to see. Actually, before he came, we never even went to that side of the park. We just kind of avoided it because there was no reason for us to do it. But I love how this came out, and I utilized the collection, the Simple Stories collection that kind of focuses on Star Wars. So thankfully for that, I was able to get a lot of the stickers to utilize on that on this page. While we were in Hollywood Studios, we also went to Hollywood and Vine and did a character lunch, which was lots of fun. It was not crowded that day, so the characters really spent a lot of time with us, and they came back around, and we just had so much fun. It was my cousin's first time doing a character dining. It was our first time at this particular restaurant, and the food was delicious. I wish that they served that same menu often, but it was a buffet, so you never really know what they're gonna have out there. But the salmon that day was sublime. I think about it often. And yeah, so if you go to a character dining experience, you know that you usually get a postcard with all of the signatures of the characters that are there. So that's what this is. I didn't have space to do the front side of it anywhere, so that's fine. We just have this, and then we have all of the pictures that we took with the various characters as well. So we've got Minnie and Goofy and Mickey and Pluto. And if you can see here, my daughter's mouth is like closed for all the pictures with Mickey because she was eating like a brownie when he came by, and she had all this chocolate in her teeth, and so she didn't want to smile, and it was really funny. So I did get a picture of her smiling with her chocolate teeth. I won't put that high in the camera because she'll probably kill me if she ever watches this one day. But yeah, so that was lots of fun. And I utilized various collections and embellishments that I had. I had like 3 triple of this particular embellishment pack with all of these Mickey and Minnie die cuts and things like that. So I utilized that on the page, and I really like how this came out. It's minimal paper, but it's still very fun and very vibrant. And these are 4x4 photos, and I have some 2x2s and 3x4s as well. So I love how this came out, and then cutting out these tags down here at the bottom for journaling and just some additional embellishments. So that's another double page layout of Disney. Then similar to Disney, still we go into some Halloween photos. Now these were some pictures that I have had printed for some time. And I wanted to get them scrapped before next Halloween comes around because it will be here very, very soon. And these were some photos of our baby's first Halloween where he dressed up as Baby Jack from The Incredibles. And so our family that year were The Incredibles. So I printed out these die cuts. I did my print and cut feature with my Cricut, and then I offset it so that it has a little bit of a border. So I wanted to use them. These have been like a page kit that I've put together for so long inside my stash that I hadn't utilized. So I was really glad to be able to finally get this done. And as you can see, the diva, she was the daughter from The Incredibles. Forgive me, I can't remember her name right now, but she loved wearing this wig. It was the highlight of the season for her for that night. And so it was lots of fun. Again, this was 2023. And this is that page. We try to do like a family costume. My husband is such a good sport, and my stepson as well. You know, they deal with my shenanigans. And this was another layout. Again, I had done a print and cut on my Cricut of Merida because you really don't find a lot of pages and pictures with her. And so it was nice to just be able to get an embellishment. And then I utilized some shaker banners that I had made using my fuse tool on this layout as well, just to give it some character. You guys know how much I love a good shaker. And so these were just some photos that my daughter and I had. Now these pictures are from 2022. We haven't seen Merida since at any of the parks. So it was like happenstance one day being able to meet her there. And that was lots of fun for us as well. So this was great. Single page layout. And so next I have these photos of myself dressed up as Mirabel from the movie Encanto. My church, every year they do a At the Movies series where they take movies and reflect on the biblical principles that are outlined within the story and bring it to life. So even though it may not have been a Christian movie, there are still Christian principles. They didn't do anything with Encanto, but we dressed up as characters of movies to help seal it through. So anyway, I had the ability that year to dress up as Mirabel. And this was me. I had a little wig. I had a wig on as well. And then these are just pictures of my family members that came to church and them stopping to take photos with me. So me and my husband and my nephews and the baby. And this was my girlfriend and I. She was dressed up as Princess Belle. So it was just really, really cute. Don't ever think I would do it again, but it was fun while it lasted. It was nice to see how I look with short hair as well. I did not have a ton of embellishments for Encanto, so I did have these stickers that I had found somewhere. I can't remember. So I pulled out several of the Mirabel stickers and just utilized those for this layout. So that was a lot of fun. And then here are some photos that I did of the baby. Again, these are all kits that I had put together so long ago that I just had in my bag that I just never scrapbooked. So now that he's about to be 3 in a couple of months, these pictures were actually the night before his first birthday. And so I just did some journaling here about, you know, how special he is and how much he added to our family with his arrival. And I just think it's a cute little snapshot of how much, you know, just how much we love each other. And I just love these pictures. Again, these were printed a long time ago, or I would have cut them down and printed them smaller now that I resized my photos in Canva. But nonetheless, I scrapbooked these anyway. And I utilized a lot of clusters for this particular layout. I used my kiwi lanes for the background. And yeah, I really like how this came out, and the browns, even though it's just because these pictures are really warm with the background lighting that was in it. So it matched really well with the brown papers in this collection with the earth tones. And so I love that. So that's what this page is. And I used a collection of like chipboard pieces, sticker pieces, as well as some of the brad pieces as well. So utilizing multiple mediums for one particular layout. Then I have this layout of my parents and the baby. These grandparents are obsessed with their grandson. They love all their grandchildren, but the baby right now, you know, he's getting all the attention. And so this was some pictures. We were just out at dinner one day. Nothing special again about these photos. I just love scrapbooking the everyday moments. And so this is my stepdad with the baby and my mom and him and the baby, and my stepdad feeding him because, you know, the baby had to eat. So this, I still think this was probably the last page I did that day, the last day of the crop. So I want to add some journaling or a title or something to this page. I may do it up a little bit more, but I love how the colors come together for this, and that I used a colored background as well. And here's the last page of our layout share today. Again, these are some photos of the baby, and I utilized the Dynamite, the Echo Park Dynamite collection for this, for these photos. And it's just some pictures of him in his dinosaur bed, or his bed with the dinosaur bedding and his little stuffed dinosaur that he really liked. And yeah, I like this eat, play, roar, and sleep because that's what babies do. And I like how this came out. Again, utilizing my kiwi lane to provide some border shapes for this particular layout. So I love how that came out as well. And so that's it. Those are my 25 pages from my recent 3-day crop. And it was really nice because this was a crop that I just attended. My mother and I attended this crop. It was really lots of fun to just be able to go and be a guest. And the host was really gracious, and we had a really, really good time just scrapbooking with our friends and just chatting and staying up till 3 a.m. working on our layouts. So it was really a nice time, and I was able to get a lot done. And yeah, so I hope that you're able to do something creative to make yourself proud today as well. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your favorite layout is of the layout share, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.